Hello and welcome to the Romcommys with Middle-Aged Adventure Walks. I'm Liesl.
Hola, I'm Jeffrey.
And today we are in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico.
At the Unidad Deportivo de Palenque, the sports complex.
Yeah, and we were not expecting to give another Romcommy so soon after our last one about fate. That if you haven't checked out, go watch the movie and check it out because that was really fun and we shot that one in Chetumal. But here we are. A new rom-commy came out, we watched it, and we were like, you know what? We are giving you a rom-commy for you.
This is the first time we've done this, where we watched it last night for the first time, and it's a movie that just came out.
Yes.
On a certain streaming service that starts with an N and ends with X. So you can probably figure out what that is.
Yeah.
And it is People We Meet on Vacation. You might have already watched it yourself in the last day or two, or if you haven't, maybe this inspires you to watch it.
Yeah, because if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch it before you watch this rom-commy because we will be spoiling.
Like, that's part of the deal. Just spoilers everywhere.
Just spoilers, just all sorts of spoiler here, spoiler there.
And guess what? Spoiler, they end up together. Which, you know, we're probably not going to do a rom-com where they don't end up together. I could probably say right now
that would
if we
be
do a
kind of
rom-com.
odd, wouldn't it, if they didn't end up together in a rom-com?
I think that's like we were saying, it's not a comedy. At that point, it's more of a drama or a tragedy.
Which is why I'm not watching the one where he is a ghost, because then they don't end up together because he's a ghost.
But maybe they're always together eternally.
Oh,
Just talking about Last Christmas.
Yeah,
And then in one of the talkings we do, where sometimes we walk and we talk, I mentioned that we were watching LA Story, by the way, and it was La La Land.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a great example where Lisa was so sad and she was mad that it was even on the bus.
Yeah.
The 40-minute bus ride we had to watch, because
That's
they don't
right.
end up together.
No, exactly.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
It
alert.
makes her very sad. So that's
Yeah.
why we're not doing that one on the rom-coms. We're doing
No.
People We Meet on Vacation.
Yes.
And what we really like about doing with these rom-commies is we like showing you a place, because we figured we could just sit in some studio like so many podcasts do, and you could see our faces, and we'd just stand there and all you'd see is our faces, or sit there and
Right.
go on forever. And we're like, this is pretty fun. You can listen to us if you want, but you could also see some lovely vegetation.
Yeah.
And this is more of a park. Yes, it's a sports complex, but as you can see, for those watching, there's beautiful nature here. And
There is.
Palenque is very lush, got a lot of tropical action. We've been shooting some videos here, and
Yep.
here we are.
Yes, exactly. And we haven't really gone this way entirely before, so
New territory.
this is new territory. Exactly.
And so People We Meet on Vacation, yeah, just came out. There's a lovely Creek River over there.
Yeah, we're hoping this, speaking of coming out, hopefully the sun comes out. We have had some rain in Palenque. So that is a real thing that happens in
Which
Mexico
is a
sometimes.
Vancouverite most of my life. I kind of don't mind. I don't mind when it's a little like this, but one of
Yeah.
us is upset about it to
Well,
a
I'm
certain
not
extent.
upset. I have been enjoying the heat here. It has
Yeah.
been like Zihuatanejo hot, where my calves, my shins were dripping sweat the other day, and personally, I like that.
And so we've been sweating.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't mind sweating, but it's great, and it's a beautiful place. Palenque is really fun, and we got some videos coming out in the next while here that we've shot here. We're going to the archaeological ruins tomorrow, and we might shoot while talking. But in the meantime, rom-commies, I think it's about the 5th one, and basically we give a rom-commie. So here's the trophy,
Yeah.
the rom-commie. You'll
Well
see it in our
done.
thumbnail.
Well done to win a rom-commie from us, because it is not easy.
Yeah, we don't give it to everybody.
No, we really don't.
And I think we have a lot of skepticism when we go into rom-coms these days, especially modern ones.
We do. We have hope because
Yeah.
we love them and we want to watch them.
So when you get that feeling when you're going along like this one and you get into it and you're like, wait a second, this is good. I think I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, and I
I'm
think
into it.
you can start to tell because I start to just call you boyfriend a lot and get excited and hold your hand and be like, you're my boyfriend. I like traveling with you, and
Yeah.
you're my best friend, saying things like that.
Yeah, she gets inspired.
I get really excited
And
about
it does. We
my
believe that
boyfriend.
we're experts on true love and rom-coms because we're able to tell if people are in love or not, and so whether the chemistry is happening or not, because we have true love ourselves.
Yeah.
So here we are, and we're doing it.
We are.
It's a movie directed by Brent Haley.
Okay.
No, Hater. Oh, now I got it wrong.
Oh, no.
I just looked it up too.
Oh, man.
Middle-aged brain. Reason is because it is written.
There's
It's
a
based on a.
Train Maya truck, by the way.
Whoa,
Hi,
we're
Train Maya.
doing a whole tour of the Yucatan Peninsula on the Train Maya.
yeah.
So that was a good reminder.
Sorry, anyway,
and that's
I
how we got
interrupted
here.
you,
No,
but-
it was a beautiful train ride to get here.
Oh my gosh,
you
that
don't-
was the best train ride we've had.
Yeah, because some people like Palenque, Chiapas. Oh my God, Chiapas! But like the train ride is spectacular.
Spectacular.
It's got tons of security
Oh
on
my
it,
God, it
and
was
that
lovely.
was pretty cool actually seeing
Yeah.
the Train Maya. That was
Yeah.
synchronism, which is something we talk about. So
Yeah.
often rom-coms are like that, like about fate, where things happen.
Yes.
And speaking of that, Emily Henry wrote the novel.
Oh,
People
that's
Meet
right.
on
It's
Vacation.
based on a book.
And the movie stars another Emily,
Yeah. Ooh.
Emily Bader.
And we've been watching some Emily in Paris.
And Emily in Paris. And it also had a guy, Alfie, from Emily in Paris.
That's right. We were like, Alfie!
Yeah, so we had a couple of fun moments that way with all the Emilys.
That's right.
And Tom Blyth is, he plays Alex, and he also plays Vacation Alex. And
Yes.
yeah, we really enjoyed it, and that's why we figured we'd get into it. And mainly, these people don't have a lot of credits like they do on their film careers.
Right.
But for most of them, this was kind of their big break. Emily Bader was in Lady Jane, I believe it's called.
Which I don't think
haven't
we
seen.
have, right?
And Tom Blyth was in the Billy the Kid. He was Billy the Kid in the Billy the Kid one.
Okay.
And the director, Brent, he has directed a couple of rom-coms, but I haven't even heard of them.
Oh, wow.
And that's part of our fragmented world these days of streaming.
Yes.
Because there's often things that come out that we don't know about.
No, it's very
And-
true, which kind of was cool about Stranger Things, to have it be such a phenomenon,
Yeah.
where there were so many people engaged in watching it all at the same time. Because from our reality back in the day, that was just, there was only so many channels, there was
Yeah.
only so many things, and so everybody kind of was watching the same thing all the time. And so at the water cooler at the office, you were all talking about the same shows and the same things, whereas now if you don't have a particular streaming service, then you know, you're not all watching the same stuff.
So if a rom-com came out like When Harry Met Sally, for instance, which this one kind of resembles, with the whole idea of can women and men be friends, is basically the principle behind it. People wouldn't know about that. People would talk
Right.
about that. Shout out
Right.
Rob Reiner, RIP.
R.I.P.
And so in terms of career arcs and those kind of things, you can look at their credits, but you know, I'd be impressed if you've seen many of them. So it was really
Okay.
cool that both of them, and the director and the novelist herself, she's written a bunch of books, Beach Read, and like you name it, it's like titles that are, you know, instantly rom-com friendly. Most of her books have been optioned for movies.
Oh, wow.
So she's a happening unit. We'll probably be seeing more of her stuff.
Unit, yeah.
And so when did we watch this? Is our first category. We have a bunch of categories. We roll through them last night.
Last night.
First time.
First time.
And as anybody who's watched all of our Romcommys, we hope you have, because it's going to be a massive show sometimes, and people are going to be talking about it, because
That's
that's my
right.
Christmas wish.
Yeah.
And we're in a rom-com of our own, and that's the ending in a rom-com, is you have capitalistic success
That's right.
while you're falling in love and love is happening.
Yes.
You know, I was going somewhere with that.
What's the category? What's categories?
When did we watch this?
When did we watch this last night?
Can't even remember. Middle-aged brain. But yeah, last night. And oh, that's what I was going to say. That normally we can't remember when we watched it. We're often like, I don't know,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I saw
that's
this. Like
very
I
true.
remember vividly, for instance, Princess Bride. I remember exactly
Whereas
where I
I
saw
have
it.
no idea.
Right, and
Yeah.
so often we don't know.
Yeah.
Some Kind of Wonderful, one of our other ones. I knew I watched it first with Liesl, but I can't fully remember
Yeah, I
where I
have
watched
no
it.
idea.
This one we know, in
Yeah.
Palenque, in our apartment.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It was exciting.
We enjoyed it.
We did.
Had a good time.
We sure did.
Pretty good TV. Wasn't one that looked too new, like a lot of those TVs look these days with
Oh,
all
man,
the soap
those are
opera
weird.
look.
Yeah.
So that was great. Uncomfortable chairs we had to watch it on. These are the hardships.
The hardships.
That we go through.
Hardships of uncomfortable seating.
And I already covered the career arcs.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're
all
pretty
pretty
new.
new.
So go.
Pretty
So,
new.
and this is new. So I don't know. I thought they were really cute. So I hope it takes off for them. I hope they get some good work after this.
Yeah, and you really liked her in particular.
I did.
And we have seen that Lady Jane advertised on one of the other streaming services that we don't have.
Yeah.
But it does seem like people liked it. It seemed quite popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's an up-and-comer, especially
Right.
after this.
She's a delight.
Did you like the two leads?
I really like the two leads. I mean, at first I was like,
Yeah,
at
that's
first
what I was gonna say.
At first I was like, he's such a drip.
Yeah.
And I was definitely getting on him, but I understood him, and he's cute. He's got very nice blue eyes.
Yeah, and we talked about the smarmy meter.
He was not smarmy.
Right, but at first you definitely were not into him, and so maybe
I
he
was-
wasn't registering on the smarmy meter,
No.
but you were kind of like, he's a drip.
Yes.
That's what my grandma would call a guy
Yeah,
like him.
for sure.
I think Alfie calls him wet lettuce
Wet lettuce.
later on.
Okay, there you go.
And yet, yeah, he seemed to grow on you
Yes, he did grow
as
on
time
me.
went on.
He did.
And as he becomes Vacation Alex, the
Yes.
plot is that basically they go on a bunch of vacations together. And it's a pretty cool timeline because we're kind of in the modern timeline where we tell something has happened to them. And then we
Yes.
jump back to previous vacations and
Right.
we go kind of go far back. And then we jump a couple. We don't do all 8
No.
of their past ones, but
No.
we definitely get a good thing.
Yeah.
And we basically go right back to when they meet. They're meet cute.
Yep.
And right away, yeah, you were like, I don't know if I like this guy. I like her, and I think you even related to her.
I did relate to her, and that idea of at the end when she's like, "I'm worried." Oh, it's gonna make me cry.
We already got it. There we go. We should all. That should be part of the betting. You know, the predicto market or whatever it is that the Golden Globes have now. That everything's ridiculous what you can predict on.
Yeah.
That should be one of our things. Is when is Lisa gonna cry? What minute mark? You can
Well, it was just that she was like, you know, saying about how she feels like she's too much, and very often I feel like I'm too much, and so I don't know. I just related her to her in that way, and you're grounded like he is, kind of like, well, I like your too muchness, and so that just struck me in my heart.
Yeah, they were relatable that way, and how opposites attract, and that there did seem to be a thing where she could go off and do her thing, and then he could just kind of, you know, be himself and relax and respond to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he seemed like he appreciated how much he enlivens her life, just like you enliven mine, and make mine better. Like I always said, when
I'm not crying.
we'll tell little excerpts from our relationship as we go along, but that was one of my main things. I didn't want boring.
That's true.
And you know, I think that's the same thing he wanted. You know, part of him wanted to have the stability of Linfield, Ohio, or wherever it was.
Yeah.
That was the place that they were both from, where
Yeah.
he wanted to be. But at the same time, he, like you pointed out, he didn't end up there.
No.
After all that, he actually,
Nope.
in the end, didn't want to be. Spoiler alert: they end up in
Yep.
New York together.
Exactly. Nope. So yes, thank you. I appreciate that you didn't want boring, and I'm glad that I'm not boring.
And he wants that excitement, and yet for her, that's part of her fear the whole time. Why she
Yes.
just wants to go on vacation with him, is because she's like, well, if I just go for a week or so, then I won't freak him out, and he'll still want to be my best friend and everything. And
Yes.
there is a lot of talk of that about, you know, you're my best friend, and so we can't be together.
Right.
And anybody who's married for a long time successfully knows that it often really helps if your significant other in a marital capacity is your best friend.
Yeah, you're my best friend.
And that's what you said multiple times, so I
Yeah.
appreciated that. It's a great sport complex. The baseball field we just passed is amazing, and then this one's interesting. It seems to be under repair, hopefully, but we haven't seen much change. We've walked through here before, and another walk that's going to be up, but it hasn't really changed. So I'm
No.
not sure exactly what's going on there. But
No.
they've got an undercover soccer field over there. They've also got another major soccer
Yeah,
field.
we'll see. We're going to be going around. We're going to be going by some construction here coming up. It's very exciting.
And I liked the two leads, and I particularly liked her. He's English, Tom Blyth.
Which is wild.
Yeah. But he had a bit of that English reserve, while also, I mean, that
That's
was a
true.
great moment when she's like, "Oh my God, you're ripped!" Like,
Yeah, that's right.
she couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
So
Which
I-
makes sense. He went running all the time. So
They were both
yeah.
delightful, really.
They really were.
And you really do hope that they're going to be together.
You do.
And as in the inevitable hardships that arise in a rom-com, we always, you know, you're always like, are they actually going to be together? And we really wanted them to be. We were really
Yeah.
cheering for them, and you
We were
really care.
cheering.
And
Yes.
especially in the modern timeline, you're like, man, something has gone down.
Yes.
And you're bummed for them
Well,
because
except that it always just takes so long. I'm just glad I kept saying that we just got right to the point. We didn't like go through all this stuff and hum and haw. It was like, no, I know we're young, but let's just be together. Because really, that was a lot of years that went by. What was it,
Yeah.
like 9 years?
Yeah,
Almost
yeah.
a decade of them being friends.
Yeah.
Sure, but not invested in the relationship in the way that they ultimately could have been.
and you always have a bit of that way where you're a bit of sad for the lost time that way.
I am
So
a
yeah,
bit
you were
sad
really happy that
for the lost
we didn't
time.
have the lost time. And actually,
Yes.
one of the tidbits of our relationship is I kind of had a thing of like, I don't know if I want to kiss you because don't want to lose you, and I really want to just have you in my life. So maybe let's just be
Right.
friends.
Right.
And then I soon changed that really fast, and within the next day I was giving you a peck on the lips, and you don't give a peck on your lips to your best friend.
No.
So
It's for
I'm
that.
really glad that we did skip those steps, and I was like,
Yes.
you know what, forget the friend thing actually, let's
Yeah.
get right to it.
Yeah, me too.
So
I'm really glad we did that.
Our
too.
rom-com just maybe would have gone too fast, but maybe one day, you know, we'll be able to do it, and we'll film our own rom-com.
That's right, maybe.
So yeah, we really like them.
Yeah.
And
Well, let's just get by these shovelers here. They're working hard.
speed up.
Yeah, here we go. We'll show them. They're shoveling. They're working hard.
We're speeding
here.
up, now we're stopping, now we're speeding up.
No, we're speeding up. We're just getting by. Hola, permiso.
Con permiso.
Gracias.
Gracias. Buenas tardes.
Yeah, I don't know what they're up to, but it looks like they're building like a well or something over
Well, this is that
there.
creek we walked by earlier. So.
Yeah, they're doing something anyway.
And then here we're getting, there's kids basketball here, because
Kids
when we came through here
basketball
before, there was
going
nobody
on.
here, so this is
Yeah,
fun
yeah, this is fun.
to see all the action at the sports complex.
Okay, we can keep back on now. I just wanted to get by
And a
that.
bit of a smell, so they might be dealing with that too.
Yeah, might be dealing with the smell. Yeah,
Because it's a river that runs right through it.
yeah.
So best part, right in there, boom.
Boom, best
I'll go
part?
first. I
Okay.
actually thought it was the sex scene.
The sex scene?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And apparently it's way spicier is the word they use these days, spicy. It was way spicier apparently in the book. And there are other people who are more spicy, other writers who make their books more spicy. But
Okay.
this one apparently they toned down the spicy the writer was so excited because it was such a sexy scene. She had seen it filmed in its entirety and she was like, oh my God, that is so sexy. I'm so happy that it's so sexy. And then the director through test audiences and things was kind of like, people, they don't need that much sex in this kind of thing. It is people like us who have written sexy novels involving lots of sex. Sometimes that's a thing for people. They just want the romance. They
It's
just
true.
want
It
the
can be a
light.
bit
They want-
off-putting if it's a bit too much. You're like, well, I'm seeing too much. I don't need to see all that. Kind of like all the butt cracks in the bathing suits. Hotter if they're covered. I don't need that much crack.
But there was butts in this. There was skinny dipping.
There was a bit of butt.
And yet, that's a good example because
That's
anyone
right.
but you, that was something you didn't like about it, was all the butts and all the.
Oh my God,
nudity.
the surprise
It was
penis.
too much.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Whereas at least the skinny dip and nudity was at night and it was a little bit of a distance. And
Oh yeah, it was appropriate.
yeah.
It was good.
What I wouldn't have given, by the way, when I was a youth and a basketball player, I'm wearing a basketball jersey right now, Vancouver Grizzlies. Shout out RIP Vancouver Grizzlies. And
For these courts.
oh my God, covered
gosh.
courts.
Yeah.
Painted, so beautiful. They all nice nets and everything, glass backboards.
Yeah.
Like Mexico does it up with the hoops. You know,
They
it
really
often
do.
gets a soccer thing, and I've mentioned before that they love the hoops here too.
Yeah,
Proper
they do.
respect.
They do.
So I have respect for their respect.
Yeah. So that was
For
your
the hoops.
favorite part, hey?
Well, it was really great. Like the whole thing about, part of the great thing about this movie is being on vacation ourselves and watching it on vacation and understanding the vacation things.
Yeah.
And knowing when you move into a place like that you come in and there's always something usually with your place. It's a little funky.
That's true.
And so for her having the plastic in front of her
And the air
patio,
conditioning not working.
the air conditioning not working and it
Yeah.
being so hot and everything, which you would have loved. You would have been
Well,
fine.
no,
but both
I
of
would
us
have.
said
I
that.
would
We
have
were-
been just busted open that
Yeah.
plastic. I would have been like, I'm not sitting in here. Forget about it. No.
And both of us were like, why don't they just open up the plastic? Like, nobody's around. The host isn't around.
Yeah.
They're not doing any work. Like, it wasn't like workmen were showing up. So
Yeah, it's very
So that
true.
was really hot and symbolic when she busts open the plastic.
Yes.
And finally, the barrier between them is gone because she
That's
just needs
true.
to breathe and she
and they
just needs
just
to
go
have
out
air.
into the rain.
Then they stand in
and-
the rain.
Oh my
And then they come back
gosh.
inside and it's all hot and it's all rainy.
Right.
And she was like you. She was cute, but also really secretly sexy.
Oh,
and
secret-
then when
it's
we
a
got the
secret.
secretly sexy,
Yeah,
then
secret.
it became public and not so secret sexy. I liked it. I was there for it.
Nice.
And again, I did like that they cut it off. Like Martin Scorsese famously never shoots love scenes.
Okay.
And he did once and everybody kind of freaked out because it
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
whoa, this is weird. What's going on?
So
And
funny. I just like that we're talking about love scenes around the basketball courts with children, which is funny, but also just the sound of the basketballs is also funny. I don't know.
Well, and
just funny.
there is that difference, right? We write about sexy scenes, and I think it's way easier to read a sexy scene. So her book, with the sexy scenes,
Right.
because then you imagine it yourself, and
That's
you're not actually
right.
feeling so voyeuristic, like you're actually watching two people
Very true.
who have taken their clothes off and are getting on. And part of you always
Yes.
gets that feeling of like, should I be here? Like, should I leave?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And so that was cool that they had that.
Yeah.
They gave us a bit, and there was sweat and there was rain, and it was heat, and it was lit really well.
Yeah.
And yet they took off of it, and we were gone before it became uncomfortable.
Right.
Your best part.
Oh my gosh, that's really difficult.
Why?
I don't know. I
So
don't
many?
know. Yeah, I just don't know if I have a best part. But
What
I
popped to mind? What are your contenders?
Well, I liked it when they danced in New Orleans.
Ooh.
That
yeah,
was
and
pretty
apparently
fun.
that was a homage to Dirty Dancing, and Charlie's Angels. Somebody said.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm going with Dirty Dancing. 'Cause
Okay. But anyway, so I guess if I had to choose, it would be, I like that part. I thought it was fun. Vacation Alex came out, and I don't know, they just bonded in this way that was a delight.
I did appreciate all the stuff in Squamish too. That was a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh my God.
all
Well,
the
that
tents
was,
and-
yeah, but also the Bigfoot that she got.
That was a nod to Harry and the Hendersons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
And weirdly enough, the Squamish stuff and I think the Tuscany stuff was filmed in Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
And most of the other things.
Squamish stuff was?
Yeah, apparently that was not actually Squamish.
Well, we could tell. I mean, the ocean.
The
We
skinny
were
dipping,
like,
yeah, there's
we were like,
nowhere
that
like
is
that.
not. And
Yeah.
also, we were like, that would be way too cold if they were actually in Squamish.
Yeah,
they would
and
be
then it should have been a
very
lake
cold.
or something like that
Yeah,
in the warmth of the summer.
And also, is the summer ever that warm in Canada? And also, there would be a lot of mosquitoes. So.
But I just appreciated the portrayal of the BC kind of hippiness, you know, like we've been in situations like that where we're a bunch of people out and we're all camping and doing things. And
everyone's young and wild and free and smoking grass and
We've been
going
there.
skinny dipping.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for the record, as I often say, in Mexico, we were totally sober, in case anybody's wondering. There's so much action at the sports
I know,
complex today.
there's, like, serious
kids running
action
and
today.
playing. And this is
Yeah,
great.
it is
Iconic
great.
beats. Well, we just described one of them. The guy, too, in the boat who was guiding her, and she's like, he's hot. And then the boat turns off right when he yells out, she wants to ride you.
Yeah.
And he was from White Lotus. You called that out.
Yes,
Nice.
I did.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. Lucas Cage or something? Gage is his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Well, I thought their meet cute was pretty iconic.
Yeah, and then
it was like any of their beginning of the vacation things. I really liked when she was singing the Robin song
yeah,
loudly.
yeah,
that was
yeah.
iconic. That was delightful.
yeah.
That was great.
And yeah, then I ended up having to be in the hotel in the first meet thing where the keys get locked in, so then they had
That's
to.
right.
That was great.
That was great. And she tells him the story. And then that's going to, again, weeping. That she was like, oh, you're the first person that didn't ask if I did it or not.
Right, right.
Aw.
And then meeting her parents, his parents,
Oh,
her parents.
my God.
Yeah, Alan
Molly
Ruck.
Shannon.
Yeah.
And Alan Ruck.
And she's shaking the condoms and everything.
Oh, that was...
And then Alan Ruck thinks they're
that
talking
was
about
great.
Ferris Bueller fame, thinking they're talking about sex, and he's like, whoa.
Yeah,
and
that
normally
whole-
that scene, you know, when it's mistaken conversation like that, can be a little cliched, but they pulled that off. They were hilarious.
Yeah, and then
His goatee was
what did they
amazing.
say? The parents were standing there and they were like something like drugs and sex and something.
Yeah, our
like,
job is done
Our
here.
job is done here. Oh God, they were so funny. Yeah, that was a great little cameo by those two.
And then I liked the wedding too. Like his brother was really neat.
Yes,
And
that's
his
true.
relationship, just how much he appreciated her and how much, you know, he was like, this is why you're here at the wedding, because
Yeah.
you're going to say interesting things and,
And be
again, not
fun.
be boring.
Yeah, not be boring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is all he wanted.
Yeah, totally.
And his life was not to be
We
bored.
got a skateboarder warming up. Maybe he'll do some skateboarding while we're here.
Liesel's
We're at this
her-
fun little skateboard park.
Liesel wanted to be a skate buddy at one point.
I tried. It was very painful. I fell on my elbows a lot. I think
But your
I
brother
too
was a true
old.
skater, so.
Yeah, my brother. Shout out to Society Snow and Skate in Revelstoke.
Is it a good kiss, Liesel? I would say it was pretty hot, I thought.
I thought it was pretty hot. Yeah, they had this this pre-moment about it.
Yeah.
Where they didn't just like dive in right away. It was kind of like this like, oh my God, are we actually doing this? Kind of like this anticipation build up whole pre-moment thing that
Which echoed the previous one
was
that they
great.
had when they almost kissed. It led to the first conflict really between them,
yes.
where she backed off and did the thing of like, oh God, he just wants to be friends. Now I'm going to say he wants to be friends, whereas he actually wanted her to say, I love you.
That's
I
right.
totally want to kiss you. And let's
Yes.
kiss.
That's
So we often
right.
see that misunderstanding.
Yes.
And then when they actually kiss, that was part of the rhythm of rom-coms that more and more I love, is you realize it's way too early in the runtime. There was still like 20, 25 minutes left.
Yes.
So you knew there was going to be some sort of secondary conflict.
Yes, especially when they got together, you were like, "Oh, this is too early.
Too
Something's
early.
going to happen."
There's still, too much time. And then
Yeah.
the tertiary conflict was that now where do we live? What are we going to be together? How are we going to do this?
Yeah, because she's a travel writer.
Yeah,
And,
and he-
wants to be on the go, and he does not
And
want
he's
that.
inherited grandma's house and just wants to be in
Yeah.
Ohio. But again, turned out he wanted something more exciting.
Well, she knew that. She knew that he didn't want to necessarily be
And
there.
that was
He
part of
just
what made
wanted
her
to
mad.
Be a teacher, yeah.
She was like, you don't actually want what you think you want or what
Yeah.
you're telling me you want. You actually don't want to do this. You want to do bigger things, expand your horizons.
Exactly.
So I'd say it was a really good kiss.
Yeah, it was a good kiss. It was
Especially
because
because we had the aborted first time. So like you
Yes.
said, then the second one was kind of an echo of that
Yes, it
as
was.
they lingered into it.
Yes, they did.
How hot is the sex? Again, I thought the sex was really quite hot, and
Yes.
I think it's going to be hot.
I think it's
Like,
going to be great. Again, because they have a sense of humor, and that's important if you're going to have some hot sex, I feel.
Yeah, and they were friends. Like he had worn her jumper and things, and they had gone through
That's
different stories
right.
and different understandings. So
Yes,
I
they
think they'd be
had.
able to work out anything that was going to be
I agree
a
with
problem
that.
or a complication for
Yeah,
them.
I totally agree. Yeah, so good. Hot. Yes.
But again, I
Hotness.
guess we only saw one time, right? And then they cut away from it. But
Yes.
in the runtime of the movie, it was just the once.
Yeah,
And then we
when they-
fast forwarded.
Yeah, and and it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hola, buenas tardes. Yeah. So.
Should these people be together? I mean, they'd answered it really well that way, I thought.
Yes, they absolutely, oh my gosh, totally should be together. We're so happy that they finally figured it out and made it all work for each other.
And with this category, we're probably not going to have too many times where we're like, should these people be together? But I think we ran into that a bit with Roxanne, one of the first ones we did. So
yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
it is possible that we might say that they shouldn't be together. But
Yeah.
again, this one, they had a nice jump, and you know, we got to see them already being domesticated together, and they're raising the dog together and
Yeah.
living the life, doing the thing.
Yeah, and you know they bring different things to the relationship, and so that's why it's going to work, right? He's bringing this grounded stability, and she's bringing all the not boring, interesting, fun weirdness.
So how rich are these characters?
I mean,
Well, like I said, he inherited Grandma's house.
yeah, so he's got some cash,
Because that's a nice big house. Holy.
and she ended up, you know, kind of getting her dream job and getting to be a travel writer, and it was a nice office that she was working in, and she had a reasonable apartment, so that, you know, like, they're not rich, but they're not poor either.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where people often say that writers never make that much, and so I'm sure there were some people who would disbelieve that a travel writer would be able to afford an apartment in Vancouver, New York anyway.
Right.
And but it wasn't the best apartment, you know. It
Well,
was
for
nice.
New York,
but,
it was pretty big.
yeah,
That's pretty big.
Right. So I think maybe that
It's not
might
a
have
hole
been
in the wall, but it
might
was
have-
also wasn't super furbished or anything because she was rarely home.
Yeah, and she couldn't pay like a housekeeper to come and water her
And
plants.
you know what? They met each other at school, so they were both going to a secondary institution. So that puts you in a certain income bracket.
Right, but
right
then they'd
away.
have tuition and things, and
Yeah, and her parents had a nice house and stuff like that, and they seemed fairly supportive.
yeah, so there was
So-
definitely some
And his
legacy.
Yeah, his parents also seemed supportive
Wealth.
of him and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well,
you
and
know.
then that wedding, I mean, the brother's wedding, like that was in
Yeah.
the tradition of a lot of these things where you're like, how much did that wedding
Yeah,
cost?
seriously.
So there
That
was some
cost
cash there.
Yeah, that cost some
That's
money.
that guy, or the old guy over there shooting 55, he just hit a jumper because he was missing when we first went by. So
Oh, he hit one, eh?
yeah, he got a bucket.
Okay, oh, let's see. Oh, there you got another one.
Yeah, he's
Boom.
hitting his stride.
Boom shalaki.
And then they're obviously, because he's teaching now at Sarah Lawrence College, I think, in the end.
I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, somewhere in New York, he's being a teacher.
And so that's got to be a pretty well-paying job, but nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
No, their
like-
apartment wasn't huge. It was nice.
Yeah, and so
You know,
she's
they
a
were
writer.
doing well. We're not worried about them
Yeah.
financially.
So it was relatively realistic, and then will they last?
Will they
mean,
last?
yeah,
I
best
think
friends, I
so.
mean,
oh
yeah.
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 Yeah, I think they're in for the long haul for sure.
And then Farfetched in real life,
I think a pretty real life.
like really real life. I think it
Yeah.
might have actually, in a lot of ways, been one of more of our realistic ones.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And
That's
as we were
true.
talking about with the best friend thing, that's often a factor, you know, where you do have to be able to talk about all sorts of things. And
Yes.
if you do have conflicts, you should be able to work them out. And
Yeah, and they did work them out, which was nice. And there was like some nice, honest conversation moments about things. And so you're like, okay, these guys are going to be able to work through things.
yeah, and they held on to their opposing positions. You know, they didn't cave unless they really needed to. And ultimately,
That's
the
true.
conflict between them was should we be together or not?
Right.
And so,
Yes.
you know, I think that, yeah, and like, I could see him getting along with the folks.
Oh my
Alan Ruck and
gosh.
Monty Shannon well.
Yeah,
and-
absolutely. Well, and his dad, you know, was like, what did he say about her? That's quite the woman or something
yeah,
like that.
and the brother really liked them. So
Yeah.
they were already enmeshed in each other's
They
families.
Were. They were.
And now they got a dog. The dog didn't seem that old.
No, that's
So
true.
that's going to keep them focused and together for a while.
Yes, I suppose.
And, you know, are they going to have
the
kids?
dog.
We don't know. Like,
Dunno, maybe.
There was
But
no talk of
maybe.
that.
There was no talk. That's true.
It didn't come up in the slightest.
No, possibly.
So yeah, I think as much as any of the ones we've done, I think they will last.
Yeah, me too. Agreed.
Oh yeah, and that soccer field over there is being used.
We'll go
This is
into
amazing.
this entrance over here and check out this one.
Does the supporting cast work?
Yes, although not a big supporting cast.
Yeah.
Like very often in rom-commies, they have the supporting cast is important. They're funny. They're in it a lot.
They're recurring a lot.
They're recurring. Our leads are using them to help them make decisions about things a lot, like either through calling or texting or different things. She had her one friend at the spin bicycle class,
Right.
which was funny.
We
and
only saw her the
great.
once,
That
didn't
was
we?
it. That was the once.
Yeah.
Did she have any other friends? I don't know.
Well, Jamil.
Yeah, but she's not really her friend. She's her boss.
Yeah, she was her fan
Yeah.
and her boss.
And then she was great in her tiny role.
And on that note,
and,
Jamil needs her own
yeah, she really
rom-com.
does.
She
need
needs to
her
be the
own
lead.
rom-com.
She
Yeah.
keeps taking all these supporting roles.
Yeah, it
and
is time for her to get
great
the
at them,
lead
but-
role. Exactly. And Lucas Cage, he was funny, but again, just in that one sort of little part.
Yeah, and Molly Shannon and Alan Ruck only got their one bit.
Yeah, and we saw like his brother and the wedding sort of people a little bit, but not
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't, yeah, so that was actually quite unique for this one.
Yeah.
It was really, which we also enjoy though, that it was really focused on them.
Yeah, and they got to spend a lot of time together.
A lot of time together. But the little moments that the supporting cast did have was great.
Everybody did their thing.
They did their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did well.
And that's very, very important to us, is they get to spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, we like that.
And so, you know, that was kind of neat. Maybe there wasn't dominated by the supporting cast, and so everybody did the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the little guy with them.
Yeah, they're fun.
He's out there running. He's doing his thing.
Yeah. Don't know what they're yelling at us. Could
I
be
think they were
bad
talking
things.
about how Palenque and Chiapas,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which seems
cool.
to be a lot. They often seem to do shout-outs to.
Yeah. Shout
and
out to where they
Chiapas.
are. Yeah. Sounds
Could be
right.
wrong.
Yeah.
If anybody can write in the comments what else they said.
They know
I
what
think
they're
that's
saying
they
to
said.
us. Yeah.
Who stole the show?
Well, I think she did.
Wow. See, I think originally I wouldn't think we'd give this the leads, but we keep giving it the leads.
I know. But because sometimes the leads don't. There's been moments where the leads have not.
Oh yeah.
But like who else? Molly, Shannon, Alan Ruck tried.
No,
And had they been in more of it, I think they might have. Because like she was amazing. Like her little bit, like I could even rewatch that scene. She was so funny. And you could see how she was her mom. Like it
Yeah.
made sense in terms of the behavior that was going on and that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw, see, they're excited too about
Yeah.
Molly Shannon. As soon as I saw it was her, I was so excited. Molly Shannon is just,
well, good for them for taking those little
God,
bit things.
she's funny. She is
So
great.
I agree with you. Like she was the star ultimately, Emily Bader,
Yeah.
and you know she was charismatic, magnetic,
She's got big eyes.
beautiful, but also being relatable. Like
Yes.
fairly every woman.
Yes.
While also, you know, you could see why she would be your best friend, and you would like to hang out with her.
I would love to hang out with her. She
I think
was a
we'd be
great
friends.
time. I think we'd be really great friends. We do really fun things together. Yeah.
Yeah, and you might even have a girl crush on her.
Maybe. Possibly. Why not?
And I think though at the same time, why don't you also have Molly Shannon? I'll go with Alan Ruck.
Okay.
But they're her parents too, so
Yeah.
her and her parents
Yeah.
stole the show.
Yeah, they really
And in
did.
that sense, her parents stole the show because they birthed her and raised her and
Yes.
created her. So
Yes. So because
her
of
makeup
their
set and
birthing-
costume department.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the locations, even though they weren't exact locations in the cities they were in.
No, but yeah, they were.
It was refreshing, by the way, to have Squamish Vancouver not being played by Squamish Vancouver. Often Vancouver's playing other things.
Yeah,
So
that's
it was
true.
actually the opposite that way.
That's very true. Her dress that she wears to the rehearsal dinner was stunning.
That's not the red one.
No, not the red. It was like the chartreuse. I guess that the color, kind of greeny kind
Right.
of color.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah. You said it would be a good awards show.
gold, like
look.
Golden Globes dress
Yeah.
or something. Like
Yeah.
it was beautiful. She
Yeah.
looked smashing in it. That was a really good dress, and nothing. I was just fine when nothing pulls me out.
Yeah.
Right? When nothing kind of makes me go, You know what? A little bit, like she had a lot of necklaces.
That's good.
No.
Oh.
No, it was like, I know that's.
can't have a lot of
No, she
necklaces?
can, but it was just like, I don't know.
Too many necklaces. But maybe that was a
Yeah.
character thing.
I mean, I guess it kind of was a character thing.
I
Oddly
like-
specific.
And I liked how she was like, well, since when did you become so fashionable to Alex? And, you know, he did definitely go from being pretty square with his dress to then being pretty Tuscany fancy.
That's
But then it
true.
was kind of cool
That's
how he
true.
ended up back in his regular sweatshirt again. It was almost like he came full circle.
That's right. And then her New Orleans outfit was very fun. That was a good time with her when then she got the blue wig.
Yeah,
the
that whole
sparkly
bit was
top.
amazing. That was
really
great.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, I say.
And the
yes.
hair was good.
The
He had good
hair-
hair. He didn't have bad
He
hair.
had-
You often.
Yes,
Yeah.
he had great hair because
Yeah.
it's true. The hair can bug me. It
Yeah.
can be a whole thing. But no, I thought his hair was great. And then there's actually a whole reference about her hair in New Orleans, about how it's all poofy. And,
Right.
And it was funny.
'Cause you can relate.
Oh God! And just like a hair gag is.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. And it was. It was like so poofy and different. It was quite funny. So yes.
There's some action in the soccer field over here. We may as well shoot while we're.
While we're walking by.
Yeah.
All right.
Because those bottles over there are beautiful. But
Yeah, look at them. I know. There's just like bags of them.
is the music vibing? You already mentioned one key cue,
I did.
the Robin.
Oh, the Robin.
You Can Handle Me, which is very much a theme of the movie.
Yes.
All right, hang with me.
Hang with me.
If you can hang with me.
That's right. That's so true. It really is a good theme of the movie. Nice punch by the goalie there.
I was the goalie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked using my fists.
Yeah.
Too many guys try to palm the ball. It's like, just get it out of there.
So there was just that one moment where it got a little bit, when it was Vacation Alex the first time.
Why are we
when
stopping,
we were
by the
in,
way?
oh, because I was just thinking.
Okay.
When we were in Squamish, and he's doing the whole nudity thing, and it got a little bit like remember I pointed it out.
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that's
well,
the
they
first
brought in the normal soundtrack.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's the first time that we've got music like this going on.
And it was supposed to be a little sneaky, you know. It's
I
like a
know,
little.
and it was a little bit, but then nothing else happened like that again.
Yeah.
So I was relieved because I was like, oh man, if we start going in this direction where now we're getting these kind of sound cues like this, I'm not vibing with that. But we didn't.
Well,
so
and
that
they
was
twice dropped Forever Your Girl, and that was great because at
Yes.
first Alex was like, nah.
good. Yes.
And then by the end, he was like, all right, let's go, let's dance.
Yes.
He had great moves, by the way.
He did have really great moves. Yeah.
So ultimately, I mean, that's the thing. Once you drop that Robin one, you're already right in there.
Yeah.
In
That's very
terms of
true.
positivity, that was a nice save too.
I know. You know, he's using his fists.
And so you've already got us with that, and they use that as the preview, and you can see why.
Yes.
And then I really liked how they cut to that and took away Robin's sound cue. Oh, buddy, you need to get that
Oh,
one.
he
though.
just let it go. He didn't care.
He needed that one.
Yeah, but he was like,
It's
whatever.
warm up. He's
He's
saving
warming
it.
up. Totally. Yeah.
And then you get her singing, and all you hear is her singing. That was hilarious.
That was really funny.
Highly enjoyed that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I'd say
was
the
great.
music was vibing.
Yeah. Yeah, there was just that one little part, but like I said, it didn't continue in that direction, and that was good.
Could have used a rewrite.
I don't think so. Nothing really stands out to me. Does anything stand out to you that way?
No, there was a bit of that. Oh, you can get him high. He's let another one in high.
Oh.
Get him over his head. Meanwhile, you're like making friends with the girls going by.
Yeah.
There was that element, yeah, where, like, I'm not going to use the word formulaic because I appreciate the rom-com rhythm that usually takes place.
You mean the way that they like did the cut back and forth from?
No, that was great. I really
Oh,
enjoyed
okay.
that. The mixing timelines, going
Mixing
back and
timelines,
forth to
yeah.
the future and the past, and then
Okay.
our past timeline kept getting closer to the future, and
Yes.
like all that was really tight.
Okay.
But just more of that thing of, yeah, like when they started making out and they made love with 20 minutes to go, there is always that element of like, okay, here we go. Like, you know, something's going to have to happen.
What's going to get in the way? What's going to be the thing that then's a hardship that then we're going to have to go through one more thing?
But that's a
Yeah.
nitpick, really, because overall, I mean, that's what you got to do. And again, we had this thing where rom-coms used to have the kiss at the end. That was always kind of the ending. They kiss and we're out.
Yeah.
Roll credits, crane
Yes.
shot, moving away.
Right.
And
But I appreciate that that's switched up. And
well, that's the
not
thing.
case all the time
It seems to be
anymore.
more and more that way.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I,
like
did
that.
like that it didn't do that. And then
Yeah.
I think I did like there's always the big gesture at the end. And
Yes.
her gesture was having to run after him, and it was fun that way that
Which she
she'd already
totally
talked about I
didn't.
hate running.
Which was so funny. Like, I guess in terms of the writing she did, but like,
Yeah,
I
because
was
she
like,
could have just waited at the house
Yeah,
for him to go on his
I'm
jog. Like
pretty sure
he's
I
coming
would've-
home.
He's coming home. I would have just waited at the house.
He's not going jogging
I
forever.
would have been like, I'm just sitting on the porch. I'm hanging out. I've been traveling. I'm just going to wait here. I don't know. I'm not running after that
And then,
guy.
interestingly enough, we've had a lot of crossing roads here in Mexico with boulevards. And I think you
Yes.
even talked about talkings about the value of a good, stopping halfway on the median.
But we did have that moment where we were like, oh my God, is he going to get hit by a car? Like, a la that one
Yeah.
stupid show that made me so mad.
One day, yeah.
Oh, one day.
Because that was the moment when she's going to get hit, or somebody's going to
Just
get hit by the
someone,
car
and I was
right
just like,
then.
come on, man.
This is the first time we're crossing the road ever. So.
Yeah, no, that I would.
Oh, I appreciated that too when she thought she was pregnant and she threw up, and then.
Yes.
Oh, you know who was also really
That
good,
she
by the way,
wasn't.
with the supporting cast we didn't mention was Alfie
Yeah, Elfie was good.
and Sarah, who played
Yep.
his girlfriend.
Yeah, they were solid.
And the
totally.
exes, and then
Yep.
she has her little scene in the where she's a flight attendant now,
Yep.
and they had that moment where it was like they made friends and they basically were okay with each other. And,
Right.
And Alfie's hilarious, by the way. He's great in Emily in Paris.
He is. Yeah.
Lucien Levincourt, I think is his name. Levin's Count,
Good
something
job.
like
Yep. I don't know.
that. So I could have used a rewrite. Not really. Like
No.
ultimately,
Yeah.
I think it was pretty bang on.
Yeah, I agree.
Recasting agency. I don't think I'd recast anybody.
No recasting. Casting was great.
You know who I didn't love was the two people that they met in New Orleans, the two friends.
Okay.
He was a little annoying, didn't like his
Agreed.
hair, now that we're talking
You know
about
what? And why we've got Molly Shannon and Alan Ruck in those tiny little roles.
Yeah.
Why not have someone fun and famous in those little roles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's recast both of them.
Let's recast them.
Because they were pretty unmemorable.
Yeah, that's true. The New Orleans
and they were
Sorry,
supposed to
guys.
be kind of
Sorry.
those people that you meet on vacation who you're kind of like, oh, I could
Yeah,
kind of
but
be friends with these people, but not really.
Funner. That could have been funner.
Like the bartender in that scene, he was great.
He was hilarious. I
Yeah.
actually related to him. I was like, I feel you. Like, I don't know. I relate to you.
Like how so? Like
I don't know. It was just like, I was like, I relate to that guy.
that was the reactions that you would have had if you were
I
him?
just liked him. I thought he was good. Yeah. I don't know.
We got some trumpet action coming
Yeah,
up here
I
ahead,
know.
by the way. And we've talked about that before, where you get the military band trumpet. So it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see how this goes down.
Yeah.
Because there's a music school near here too, at the sports
Yeah.
complex.
And then there's a couple of dudes in the one. He almost looks gringo-y. I don't know if he
Maybe
is.
they're playing fronton.
Maybe. We don't know what it is. We don't know what these courts are for. So maybe.
Well, it looks like the guys are playing soccer and some sort of handball thing. But I started. And then problems and issues.
I don't know. Did you have any problems? I had that one little musical moment. I thought you wore a lot of necklaces. They're all so tiny.
I thought
They're
they could have
minor.
actually been in Squamish, but that's,
They could have.
But they're trying
Squamish
to save
is a
money. They're
beautiful
trying not to be
place.
everywhere.
I guess so. But yeah. Okay, fair.
Problems and issues. I mean, this is a good sign that we've had to think this long.
We
so
have. Yeah, I don't know.
That's probably a good sign.
Yeah, it was-
I mean,
it
we
was
just
good.
talked about those two in New Orleans. They probably
Yeah.
could have been better.
Ooh, speaking of New Orleans with the horns, that fits. That's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it gave us what we wanted.
Yeah,
And
feel like that's
I did
true.
like the rhythms and I liked the timelines.
Yeah,
and
me too. Yeah.
So yeah, now that I've had to think this hard,
No.
nothing really jumps out.
No. Agreed.
But yeah, take down that plastic sooner.
Oh my God, those guys just lost their ball into the ravine.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's going to be a challenge.
Oh man. Yeah.
So that's the danger of a sports
That is
complex
the
having.
danger.
There's a
having
problem, an issue
ravine.
that
Oh,
why-
he just got it. Boom. It was way
Oh,
easier
thank
than it
goodness.
seemed. Yeah. There you go. Phew.
So if anybody can tell us what fronton is,
Yeah. Well, it looks
that'd
like
be great.
it looks like they've got like maybe a bigger ball than tennis ball, or is it a tennis
or
ball?
do they have a tennis ball?
And then they're like throwing it at the wall and just using their hands. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Should it have won awards? Should it have won awards? Should it?
Well, it's winning a rom-commy. I don't know if it would win any other awards, but it's winning a rom-commy.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job of adapting the script. It would be interesting to see if people had read the book. We have not read the books.
Yeah,
And I'm often glad when I haven't, because then you come in with all these expectations.
that's true.
So maybe, some of those people might have thought that she did a
That's
really
true.
great job adapting it, maybe not
Maybe
doing a
not.
good job.
Don't know.
But yeah, a movie like that,
Yeah.
nobody really needs an award.
No, just a good rom-commy.
That
Yeah.
looks painful with the hands, what they're doing there.
Yeah, hey. But they
Most
don't
cinematic moment?
probably the kissing in the rain.
Yeah.
Giving it to the kissing in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they brought the light was all like hot and
It
red
was-
and
it was
orangey.
great.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the drips. And
The drips
Her
and
skin,
the-
all of a sudden, her tan
Yeah,
skin looked amazing.
right, exactly. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
giving it to that.
And again, the symbolism for me of ripping open the plastic,
right.
so symbolic in
Yeah.
all sorts of
Yes.
anatomical ways and
Right.
also metaphorical ways.
That's right.
With the membrane between them being now permeable.
Yeah, so
When did it make you weep? Well, you're already wet about 5-10 minutes in, so that was it, right?
But I didn't actually weep. Like I'm
Got a little misty?
yeah, you know what? Actually, when she said that, I did get misty
Yeah.
about that. So that was like the boulevard when after she had ran and caught up with him. That
I
was
didn't
great.
weep this time, but that's no shame in the game. I've been known to weep. But I think part of it was just because I was just so contented and they gave me what I
Aw,
wanted.
That's
so.
great.
And the moment, like I said, only was somewhat predictable when it actually came. The
Yes.
moments, but I didn't mind the predictability, like I was
I
saying.
think for me it was just that hit home thing of like she was worried about being too much, you know?
Yeah, and you could really relate.
I can relate to that.
And again,
yeah.
people like me, we like that.
Yeah, thanks.
We like
babe.
it too much, and we don't even think it's too much. It's just the right amount.
That's so nice of you.
That's for that.
That's for Dad.
Words of wisdom.
Oh, I don't
Sex
even
and
know.
drugs, our job is done here.
Sex and drugs are jobs. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't like there was a lot of quotable lines. Vacation Alex was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. How there was like Alex and then there was Vacation Alex.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
And I already did the one about when did you become so fashionable? Or fashionable.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, nothing stood out in like I'm repeating this all the time, like some kind of wonderful where I'm like, oh my God, great line, write it down, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and I
Wasn't so
appreciated
much
the
like
part
that.
where Sarah, the ex, said that I did resent you, and I thought it was your fault for a long time.
Right.
And then, you know, she realized that it was actually the issues in their relationship anyway.
I did. I appreciated that as well. That was a good moment.
And yeah, the whole Alan Ruck conversation was amazing, and he was trying to give really good advice.
Yes.
But yeah, it was more the strength of the overall story and the material as opposed to
Yes.
actual individual quotes.
I agree with that.
Things to be learned.
Things to be learned.
I mean, always rip down the plastic.
Yeah, rip down the plastic. If it is too hot and the air conditioning is not working, rip down the
Yeah,
plastic.
your host might get mad at you, but you're just like, hey man, I was suffocating, so.
Also, like, they knew. They knew for years they knew. And they just didn't jump. So it's like one of those things, again, if you know, you know, and take that leap. Take
Talk
the
about
risk. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Be honest. Be honest with your feelings.
Don't
be
pull
honest.
the Jane Austen and mourn and fret and
Do
frown.
not pull the
for
Jane
decades.
Austen and be like, oh, we just couldn't actually say our real feelings. We had to jump around it for our whole entire lives. Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should go through the gate here.
Really? You think so? And go to the other side?
Yeah. I mean, there's no
Okay.
reason to stand here
All
behind.
right.
We got our last category coming up. And
Okay.
This is us going through the membrane.
Yeah,
we're
that's right.
passing through
We are
the barrier.
passing through the barrier onto
And we are now back into the regular
other side.
streets of Palenque. But part of what we like doing and why we did it here again, even though we'd shot it before, is because sometimes when you're focused on doing categories and talking about things, you know, you gotta look out for cars, and that's kind of my job. And
Yeah.
I'm not as focused. You gotta look out for
I'm gonna
motorbikes.
go over here this way, maybe up those stairs or something. Yeah.
So just being here now, you know, this is still a nice little courtyard, nice little complex. And
Yeah, sun did not come out though, hey?
I mean,
It's actually a bit like
I wasn't expecting it
goosebumpy
to.
for Mexico.
Well, that's what our guy we were talking to today, he was saying that everybody finds this weather really cold.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not that
And
warm.
again, for us to say it's cold, I think is offensive to people who are dealing with cold in Canada.
It is. Literally, the
Ontarians
are very mad at us right
So
now.
I try to
fair
say
enough.
it's not that warm. But I mean, I'm in a tank top and a jersey, Vancouver Grizzlies jersey, and Mexico soccer shorts
Yes,
that match quite nicely, by the way.
they do. They look great.
Like
Your
a bit of a
outfit's
teal
fabulous.
thing
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, it's
But
really
you know,
good.
it's like I'm not wearing pants. I'm not wearing sleeves.
It's true. I don't even have a hoodie on or anything. I could just almost wear one though. So
And so I did appreciate that idea of vacation, right? And like you and I are kind of going through, like, this is things to be learned. We're kind of going through that in our lives to a certain extent. Is, do we want to be nomads all our life? Like,
yeah,
can we settle down anywhere? And
yeah.
we're kind of,
It brought up some things that way for sure.
yeah, and we're kind of reverse
Yeah.
from them, where we've gone through the phase of having our condo in New York.
That's right.
And in this place, it was a
Having our
mountain
child
chalet,
and
summer
all that
cottage
stuff.
in the city, in the
Yeah.
mountains, in the small city.
Yes.
And now we love being nomads and we love being on vacation. But like you were talking about yesterday, I mean, there is elements of dealing with discomfort where
A lot of discomfort.
sometimes the air conditioner doesn't work and they've got plastic on the thing and you can't breathe properly and you don't want to use
Yeah.
air conditioning that
Sometimes
much.
you have a great pillow, sometimes you don't have a great pillow. You never know what the sounds are going to be. There's a lot of give and take. A lot of give and take.
And so-
Which at a certain age, being middle age, you know, is comfort maybe more preferable sometimes. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want to be doing this kind of thing when we're even older.
Yeah.
And then you really want comfort.
And that's what she discovers in the movie is sometimes being nomadic your whole life, it actually like does get a bit old sometimes if
And
you're just
lonely,
constantly
'cause,
going new
yeah,
places all the time.
You don't have the same kind of community that you're building
Yeah, as we
up
once
and
did, and
all that kind of stuff.
sometimes you have friends come visit you like we had, and yet, you know, at times, yeah, it's just the two of you out there, and I'm, you know, they have that point where, well, that would be words of wisdom, but they have that thing of like, you know, wherever you are is home.
Oh, that is words of wisdom.
And that's
Thank
where
you
I
for
wanna be.
reminding me. Yes, because that's true. I have you and you are my home.
And that's very much applies when you're in areas like this where you
Yes.
don't know anybody, and yet the fact that you and I have this little cute little place
Yes.
that are, you know, interesting colors,
Yep.
and it kind of matches actually my outfit right now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You know, you have to really want to be with that person
Yes.
and appreciate that person. And
Yes.
we have a couple we know who travel a fair bit, and she was unabashed about saying that, you know, it does get to be a challenge because I wake up every day and he's there and there's nobody else and it's just him.
Which
He kind of seemed okay with that. I won't say who it is, but
I like that.
well, yeah,
down with
and so
that.
that's part of the key of being with your best friend and being with somebody who you're actually happy to do that with.
Yes.
And so even though you and I don't necessarily have a fixed location right now,
Yes.
even though we still have a mountain chalet and a summer cottage that our son is living in,
Yes.
There is that thing where I always do feel like I'm at home, and I'm home is where the heart
Yeah.
is because I'm with you.
Me too. I feel like that too.
So would it
Aw.
work as a first date movie? I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think a great first date movie.
It's a great first movie. It's
So-
about getting to know
yeah,
each other. It's
right?
about the intimacy that happens from long-term friendship when you actually travel together and doing
Yes.
things like that.
You could have whole conversations like about your vacation, Alex. Are you different on vacation?
And that's a good thing, actually, things to be learned, that it sometimes it is good to go traveling with a person who you might
They
be
say
interested
that.
in. Yeah.
They say that.
Yeah.
That if you can't travel with somebody, that you probably shouldn't get married to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
And you and I, we went in 97 to Central America, and we traveled around 3 months.
We did.
And got our first experience of skipping the Canadian winter, and I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever been the same in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's
Because
very
we were
true.
like, ooh, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was pretty darn good.
And yet, when you go through those hardships, that's what you realize is like, well, we can do this. And
Yeah.
then, making community in a place like New York or a place like our mountain lake town
Yeah.
is easier because you've already done all these things.
Yeah, that's very true.
So first date movie, yeah,
Yes.
like the idea of best friends, the
Yeah.
idea of, if you don't get along that well and you're kind of like Alfie or Sarah, they're exes, and it's not really connecting, and then it's not going to work. And,
It's not
and
gonna
so, your reaction to that movie will really tell you if it's going to work or not.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so here we are back on the edge of Palenque.
Yeah, with a beautiful mural, and this is what is this place? It's an auditorium and a
Yeah, and there's a basketball court in there apparently.
basketball court or something.
Again,
like
respect
that.
all the basketball.
Yeah. So that's what's going on there.
So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, thank
People
you
we meet
so
on vacation.
much. Thank you, thank you. We know that there's a lot on the internet that grabs for your time, and the fact that you made it through it this far and with us, and that you chose to spend time with us really means a lot. We are highly grateful and highly appreciative of you and of your time. So thank you so much. Reminder to, always hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't.
Hype.
And hype, which we don't even know if that's a thing because we never see it, but maybe it's a thing.
Apparently it's important.
Apparently. And also, let this ATV go by. Also, to remind you that we have our regular walkumentaries, which are walking documentaries, on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And then on Thursdays, we do our talkings and the occasional rom-commy that we throw in, where we give a romantic comedy a rom-com award. So,
And again, this one, we haven't done that before, where it just came out, boom.
yeah.
Insta rom-commy.
Insta, boom, so well done.
Rom-commy for you.
Rom-commy for you. Thank you, everybody.
True love.
True love. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.